Hey, yo.
Yo, yo.
Hey, yo. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully, you're being safe out there. Mask up. I'm tired of dealing with all of this. It's got to end at some point. But here we
Mask up,
are
son.
again. Mask up, son. Ha ha. Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday. As you know, we are gearing up for the divisional round. Super Wildcard Weekend was amazing. I mean,
It was.
can it be Super Divisional round? Uh-huh.
Add a third game somehow.
Yeah, I mean, just to keep the theme going. Like, why not?
Yeah.
But big NBA news going on today, which we will get
Oh, was there?
into
I had no
quite
idea.
a bit.
Yeah.
And obviously, some, little soccer. The NHL is back,
It is
backer
back,
than ever.
Ernie.
And which I love the Gary Bettman just couching it before he's like, yes, we are going to restart. And also, we're going to lose billions of dollars. Just, you're welcome. This fool. But anyway, we are back. Thank you for joining us. Hit us up in the comments. Call us at the link. And we will be here until 8:30 tonight. So, Tyler, how are you doing on this Wednesday? What are you looking forward to as we, slide into that Friday? We're looking more to football. We had some resolution in college football, I guess. I mean, kind of not surprising, but
Yeah.
how you doing?
Oh man, I'm doing good. Excited. NHL's back. Watched a bit of that Flyers Penguins beatdown. I don't have particular feelings for the Flyers, but nice to see the Penguins lose. I enjoyed that.
I told Amanda the exact same thing. She was like, "Yeah, we kind of like beat the crap out of the Penguins." I was like, "Well, I mean, I'm indifferent to the Flyers. Like,
Yeah, I kind of like the Broad Street Bullies of the '80s. I liked them.
yeah,
I like that.
I have no problem with them. But anyone that's playing the Penguins, I'm gonna root for you anyway. So
Exactly.
all power to you."
And I think the Flyers do have a good lineup as well. I think they're going to be a legit contender this year. But all in all, man, good Wednesday, Ronnie. How's your day going?
Better now that I'm here with you guys. It was a long day at the bank. I'm not, I didn't want to get into it, but it was fine. I made it here. Not a big deal.
But did Timu Solani come to your line this time? You're like, hey, there was a guy that played the NHL named Timu Solani.
No, that would be show-breaking level news. I would also I would recognize that fool. I mean, come on.
I would unfriend you if that happened. I'd just be like, you know what, man, can't do it anymore. That's it.
I would unfriend myself. Okay, I would never allow that to happen. I don't. I'm gonna take a dark turn here, but I don't know what unfriending yourself means, except for like.
Yeah, I don't either. But
don't
do that. Don't take it that far. Don't take it that far.
It would never happen with Timu. It's the Finnish Flash, right? But no celebrity athletes in the bank today, which would have made it, more interesting. But
true.
Alas, the NBA brought us some stone cold stunning news today. But let's hit the early comments here.
Oh boy, all the comments
Nick
are.
Checking in. Hashtag suck mosquitoes. I got caught slipping and got bit up.
Oh.
Don't get caught slipping out there. They are still active. I mean, they could find me anywhere. So I don't think the weather is really a factor for them when it comes to my tasty, the white meat. Big NBA news is an understatement. It's a rather obese NBA news. He can pull it back together. Let's see. I mean, a lot of good food in NYC. A lot of other vices to get involved, but we'll see. Nick again. James Harden not only has to worry about weight problems, but when NYC opens up again, he'll have nightlife problems. Strip clubs.
Those aren't problems for him. That's what he wants.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Charles Barkley said it best about gambling. It's only a problem if you can't afford it, and I can afford it.
Boom.
So James Harden can afford strip clubs. He prefers to live his life a certain way. A couple more. I guess we'll just have to go right into the James Harden go full Fat Mac from Always Sunny and eat his way out of Houston. Possibly, because I did not see that Boilermaker going down at all as the season got ramped up, or, probably for some teams, 10 to 13, 14 games into it, depending on cancellations and things. But maybe, I mean, it seemed like he was just very upset. Hashtag suck at mosquitoes for life. Thank you, Jaime. And Justin. You can definitely pull it back together, pull it gravitationally.
Mm.
And actually, we've got a lot on the Harden thing, so I want to go into just a side note that Tyler pointed out to me that I enjoyed very much earlier today. We had semifinals in the Copa Libertadores. I
That's
don't know if
right.
that's a correct pronunciation. Santos goes down to Boca Juniors and takes care of business there. And really, they do get that berth in the finals. But the most exciting thing to me, look, soccer fans, especially in South America, especially in Turkey, Eastern Europe, places like that, players get onto the field. It just happens.
It's a fact of
But
life.
it's just a fact of life. You just deal with it. So we had a little bit of a flair show at the beginning. I'll just play the original clip. I mean, you can see, and also it's just kind of funny to watch the stewards and referees kick these things to death, and they just keep coming back like those joke birthday candles.
Pulpo González, a ver si se puede repetir eso. Bueno, ya empezamos bien.
Pleno campo de juego para una pirotecnia que hace contacto.
Yo creo que dentro del estadio. Oh, no lo están encendiendo adentro del estadio, es afuera del estadio que está entrando.
Sí, anoche hubo, decíamos, en el hotel en donde intentaban descansar los jugadores de Boca. Esto es tradicional en la Copa Libertadores. Aquí llega hasta dentro del estadio. Bastante poco.
So, all right, flares on the field. It happens. Whatever.
Sure.
Weirdly, I'm surprised people just don't totally catch on fire all the time because you see them in the stands. Turkey, I'm looking at you. But people somehow live through these. But the real genius of this one is the way these flares were delivered. There was not fans in the stadium, but flares find way.
Paternidad que tiene sobre los equipos brasileños mientras sigue cayendo pirotecnia.
Y también vienen con paracaídas.
Sí, señor. El mini globo aerostático.
So these fools were parachuting flares onto the field. Any possible way to disrupt a soccer game with the threat of, giant fire breaking out. But that was just wildly entertaining to me. That's taking the flare thing to a whole new level. I would have to say that's pretty impressive. Strong flare game. Big flare guy here. Definitely enjoy the work there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like when I saw that on Twitter, I was just like, man, that's those guys are changing the game. Like they're throwing the flares out there and nobody's in the stands. That's just impressive. I imagined that it was that there was the Brazilian Santos fans outside throwing it. I mean, it was probably a flare gun, but I like to imagine that it's just like Raul Mondesi and Puig out there just firing them from outside the stadium. 400 feet, no problem.
Guns them down at third base.
Massively impressive from the fans outside the stadium. That's my hat's off because look, soccer's been around forever. It's not often you see something that changes the game.
And flares.
They just did it.
This is like one of those, chess, not checkers kind of thing. Can't get kicked out if you're not in the stadium in the first place.
Boom.
Parachute those babies in there. What are they going to do? They anti-aircraft guns? I doubt it. I mean, maybe some fields.
Maybe
some places soccer is a little hairy, but and to that point, see an insurrection at the football game. Just it's a little couple flares, no big deal. Nobody ever got hurt or severely burned.
They're used to dealing with like dozens and dozens of flares. This was just a few. It's fine. They can take care of that.
And Justin comes in. If they replace the ball with a lit flare, I'd never miss a match. So, keep in mind to the ad wizards over there at FIFA. Just think about it. Can we have a ball on fire?
Think about it, Cone Mabel. That's how you get those ratings up. That's it.
We got to do something. It's hard times out there. Everyone's trying to make money. And Will, that's exactly my personal experience. Fortunately, not this time. Last time I went to National City, it was fine. No fires, no acts of God of any kind. It was very safe, very measured, nice, easy round of 9-hole golf. But could happen. Speaking of seats popping in, this is a good time to mention a new sponsor on the program that will be facilitating some of from time to time, the sports wagering on the program. And again, entertainment purposes only. Please believe that. Do not forget that. But we have a new sponsor on the program. So I want to bring up their logo, and they asked me for this logo. So, I did not choose. This had to be. But the official sports book of Quarantine Kings will now be Arkansas Slim's legitimate sports book.
There we go.
Anywhere you want to be. And I was able to lay a couple bets down. I got some NFL futures bets.
Looks like a trustworthy guy there.
Yeah, I mean, I trust him with my money. I mean, look at it.
For sure.
Seems solid.
Yeah.
So, got a couple long shot NFL futures bets, just a little lightweight betting, light work, $5 on the Bills. Not really a long shot at this point because you can see the payout. It's not that great. And then I got the Browns. I'm just rooting for the long starving teams here. So that could hit at 130.
You're just rooting for the year 1994. That's what you're rooting for.
Just bring it back. Can we just bring it back? NHL 95 was a great game.
That was a fantastic game.
Otherwise.
Look, NHL 93 to 95, that's like peak NHL video games there.
CCS also a fan of Arkansas Slim, apparently. And
checking out.
Rob checking in. See you, Rob. And maybe, I'm not at liberty to divulge the identity of this person who is very legitimate and very serious about collecting the money. So if you get involved, again, entertainment purposes only, but just know what you're getting into when you make that step. So let's move on to what everyone is probably the biggest news of the day by far, and that is just the insanity going on in the NBA surrounding both Kyrie Irving, that's been going on for about a week, and James Harden. So let's start with Kyrie Irving just to kind of give a little context here. Basically had a DNP, like I said, probably a week ago now, and when they asked him, his reason was just, I don't feel like playing. Okay, Kyrie's kind of an out there kind of guy. Whatever, just take a night off. Who knows?
Put that so
then
nicely.
He shows up at a birthday party for his daughter, no mask, in a club.
I thought it was his sister.
Oh, was it his sister?
Yeah, his sister turned 30.
Oh, okay. But either way, no mask.
Yeah.
Tons of people around, and the Nets still playing all the while. Just kind of like, hey, I'll show up when I show up. Come to find out, the team, Steve Nash doesn't know where he's at. They're just sort of, and it kind of felt like we just got this guy really like playing. We don't want to jeopardize. He's already kind of a weird sort of cat. We're not going to worsen his mood, whatever he's going through. Whatever, just work through it. We don't want to say the wrong thing and have him just not show up for like a month. So already weird. And there you go. Like he shows up randomly on a Zoom call for I believe it's like a councilwoman or something in New York City. There you can definitely see him. Kai Irving, as he would like to be known.
Just hiding his identity there with that great alias, Kai Irving.
Yeah, right there underneath what's her name from Sex and the City. So
Mr. Snrub.
Mr. Snrub. But just kind of don't know where his head is at right now. So that's going on with the Nets. And then last night you had James Harden, who's been, just call it what it is, dramatically out of shape, disinterested, wants out of Houston all season. We had plenty of good times at the expense of Fat Harden. He was looking a little
thick Fox, thick Van Axel, Patrick Ewing.
Thick Fox, yeah, Patrick Ewing, which is more appropriate now. But wraps up his post-game press conference with this last night, which just made it even more awkward.
I mean, this situation is crazy. It's something that I don't think can be fixed. So, yeah, thanks.
And there you have it. And that's it. Walks off. But come to find out today that it's just going to get weirder and weirder. If there's anything that's better than just two totally weird, awkward situations, it's when they come together. And
Just
now they're
bring
going
it
to be
as
on
one.
the same team. Just take them over to the Nets.
Spice
because
Girl
now
said
we
it
have,
best: when two become one.
Yes, exactly. We have a massive trade here where
Right.
the Nets will receive James Harden. So you have the big three there: James Harden, Kevin Durant, obviously, who still shows up to play games in shape, and Kyrie Irving, who's just kind of, who knows. But a lot of moving parts to this. Draft picks, two other teams involved. I mean, this is getting weird, and I'm here for it. I'm not a fan of the Nets, but I am here for chaos.
Yeah, just wild. Like kind of like the rumblings have been going on all day. Like there was talks that between the Nets and the Rockets, and then the Rockets and the Sixers. I saw like Simmons' name was out there for a possible deal, but that kind of died away when this happened. Rockets getting 3 first-rounders plus the swap options for 4 rounds, which the NBA put in place, so you can't just
right.
You can't trade 2 first-round years in a row. So they have the swap options there. And then later on, like after everything was announced, then they said, "Oh wait, actually, some guys are going to get flipped, and Oladipo's going to go to the Rockets now." It's insanity, man. That was just an insane 10 minutes this morning of just finding all these details.
And I mean, we were talking about it before the show. Yes, this is just a disaster waiting to happen as far as the personalities involved. But bottom line, this is going to be a top 2 or 3 team in the East if everyone shows up and plays and gets in shape, doesn't get hurt, whatever that can happen. But it's going to get so much weirder before it gets any more clear what's going on here. I had a couple, actually, let me see too, because I know a friend of the program, Jordan, sent this to the radio station group chat earlier today. And this is Kyrie running towards the edge of the flat earth, not even knowing that this happened right now. Where is this dude? We don't know, but we don't want to say anything bad.
Nobody knows.
More upset. And couple comments here. Arkansas Slim is picking winners. I don't know what his percentage is this year, but hit him up. It's a 1-900 Arkansas Slim. The first
he gets it right almost half the time.
Every additional minute, $8.99.
That's right.
If you want those picks. Will, I don't know. Maybe Arkansas Slim can step in here and see if he wants to take this action. Wager opportunity for how many games Kyrie Irving will even play. Don't know. Or miss. I mean, it's very fluid. This seems like kind of legitimate sports book that might take that action. I mean, you see the logo. It speaks for itself. A couple more here. Lay your bets down with Slim for fat payouts. I like that.
Boom. I love it.
Will also clarifying, yes, it was Kyrie's sister's 30th birthday bash. But yeah, this is completely insane to me. But as an outsider, God bless them. Let's see what happens. They got quite a big 3. You can't deny that. But Tyler sent me this one earlier before the show. James Harden after he hit the Little Italy before game time in Brooklyn. So there you have that. And then someone really just took it one step further. And the new Brooklyn Nets big 3, which, as you can see, not pictured, is the alleged Kyrie Irving.
Might be there, might not. You never know.
May or may not still be with us on this earthly plane. I hope he is safe. But this is going to be wild. NBA is already kind of sort of really starting to feel the gravity of this. We're not going to do a bubble. We're going to travel. Games have been canceled. It's going to get weirder before, just the whole league situation. But having this team in Brooklyn, it's going to be interesting, shall we say, all season.
Yeah, I mean, you said it a few minutes ago. If 2 of these guys show up, they're probably still a top team in the East. If all 3 show up and they can, not kill each other, they should run through the East no problem. But who knows if Kyrie is going to be there? KD's still looking great. Harden, I assume, he'll probably show up the next game and look like he dropped 40 pounds. Like somehow he'll do it. I don't know how, but
the Hollywood Miracle diet, a juice things. I don't know.
It'll just be interesting though. I mean, I'm just waiting to see the moment where it's like, they call timeout for an inbound play, and then all three of those guys start fighting each other because all three guys want to take the last shot. I'm here for the chaos. I mean, I have no rooting interest in the team, so I'm here for it.
The one a week or so ago, whenever Kyrie was still trying to play basketball, where both Durant and Kyrie had a last-second shot that missed, was kind of funny. And now we can just wait for all three of them going for it. But have no fear, hard-working ladies of anywhere in the New York area.
You're about to make some
Harden
money.
is there. The stimulus plan is coming.
That's
this
right.
is also another funny tweet I believe Braden sent me. Yes. They're just welcoming him to the Barclays Center, dropping off their G-strings in honor of the god, James Harden. I'm sure he will see all of you soon. But that is going to be something to see. Really can't wait for that first game when they're all three there. I'm sure a lot of scoring. Who knows? Like, anything is possible at this point with that team.
Yep.
So can't wait to see it. Don't know how it's going to end up, but it's like a car crash. At this point, my eyes are going to be glued to it for better or worse.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Harden has to say because, he's trading the Texas barbecue and the good Tex-Mex food. Now you're going, Italian food. They got good Chinese food.
Any kind of food is good in New York. I mean, that's like
New York. They got everything.
Hub.
So, yeah, I mean, he's definitely got to be loving that. On top of course, I don't know if it's an upgrade in the strip clubs or not. The only thing I know is like Atlanta is like the heaven of strip clubs. Everything else, I'm not sure where it goes in the rankings, but maybe he can let us know.
And I'm sure we'll find out at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
But cannot wait to see it. Couple more comments. The league cannot do a bubble. It's physically impossible to social distance from Fat Harden and bubble. Nick, hashtag titties over titles. Will seem to enjoy. And Harden looks like he's a fan of all foods. He definitely does not discriminate. I mean, it's 2021. Can't. It's, takes all of it.
This is true.
But that was just some straight up insanity today. That was the Zoom call thing. Really, just I was like, really, dude. The Zoom call started at 7. Tip-off's at 7:30. So he ain't showing up. But just chilling in the Zoom chat, just hanging out.
Also, I don't know if you saw some of the comments from Boogie Cousins, kind of about the situation. Like, you played the clip from Harden in the press conference, which I find funny because it's like Harden says it's not working, and it's like you like organized everything. This is your doing, and now you're like, no, I'm good. But like Cousins out here saying like, obviously nobody else on the team liked it. So, like we've been saying for a while now, like it probably is for the best for the team that he's out of there. I didn't think he'd get traded this quickly, kind of the way he was going about it. But apparently it's, the Houston front office can only take so much bullshit from Harden. So I'm kind of curious to see where they go from here. I don't know. I mean, Houston's going to be loaded with picks for a while. I don't know if that'll translate to anything. I know a lot of people say, I'd rather take the proven talent over the picks. But they got picks for days now. Obviously, 3 guaranteed first plus 4 pick swap options. So it's not looking terrible for Houston in the future, I don't think, but we'll see.
I think with Harden as your top guy, there's just always kind of a glass ceiling. Like, it's never felt like him being the centerpiece of a team was going to win a title.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, the only way to get from under it, I would take the picks. Like, this guy's an all-star. He's potentially scoring champion every year.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? It's just not like he can't be the one guy. So now got him and Durant and Irving on one team, which also makes me laugh because we saw what happened in Cleveland. Saw what happened in Boston. Irving doesn't want to be like the second option. Now he's probably like the third option.
Now he's the third, yeah.
As a friend of the program, Eric, pointed out. So who knows how much weirder this is going to get. All I know is it will get weirder. So definitely enjoying that.
Yep,
And
100%.
thoughts and prayers to Kyrie wherever he's at. I hope he's well. Because Steve Nash doesn't know. The people that write his checks don't know. It's interesting time.
Also, since we have the big three in Brooklyn now, how long until Drake shows up wearing Nets jerseys, claiming he's been a fan of theirs for a long time now?
Yeah, he's a lifelong fan.
Yeah, of course he is. Been a fan
He's
forever.
not a bandwagon kind of guy.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Drake is loyal to the soil, my friend.
Definitely. He just happens to pick winners.
Couple more comments here. Kyrie, why not use the alias Uncle Drew? Shout out to Uncle Drew. And see, I hope Harden doesn't fail the physical with diabetes. The diabetes.
Diabetes.
The diabetes.
Yep.
Yes. Try to keep that sugar in check, James. It's my new favorite drama sitcom, Kevin the Fat Man. And Nick also mentioned this earlier to me in our text. J.R. Smith 2.0. Well, J.R. Smith has 2 rings, dude. So you're looking uphill, Harden.
I don't know if people would react to
Smith 290, maybe.
I don't know if people would take Thick Fox walking around shirtless like they do with JR shirtless.
Yeah, it's not quite as
a fat guy myself, I can tell you people don't like to look at you when you're walking around shirtless.
Oh man, what a day! Honestly, I'm very happy that it's relatively slow. We're waiting for the NFL weekend. Pretty much during the course of our Monday show, you could already tell what was going to happen in the college football championship game. Alabama wins another one. Not a whole lot there. I'm sure Saban is already pounding the phones. He's already pissed off about something. He'll find a way to get pissed off. That's what makes him great. He's never happy about anything in life ever.
Yep.
But this was a gift from on high today to have this news break.
Oh, I thought you were pulling something up. Sorry. I was like...
No. Just checking for the other comments. How upset is he when he gets to Brooklyn and realizes it's not the buffet Barclays Center? Hopefully he read the fine print, because that could be unfortunate and hard hitting when he gets there. But speaking of, and in honor of our new sponsor, the Arkansas Slim's Legitimate Sportsbook on the program, joining us on the Celebrity Hotline, we have No ID Justin calling in. Justin, how are we doing this evening?
I'm good. The Arkansas Slim logo is phenomenal.
And again, it's entertainment purposes only.
It's a man you can trust.
That's great. Yeah. No. He looks a little confused, maybe a little Patchy the Pirate-esque, but yeah, that's definitely a man that knows how to lay some bets. You know what I mean?
Hey, he's a top-ranked handicapper. He has a 1-900 number. Again, entertainment purposes only. Let me put that on the screen because I do not want to get sued. I'm not liable for anything that happens.
Please believe that.
Bet responsibly out there. But, yeah, just, always good to bring a new sponsor into the fold and get some bets down. Not really surprised that my Bills bet, that's been pretty much bet up to the point where they're not even really a long shot at all.
No.
But let's go Browns. Come on, Browns. Either
That's what I'm
way,
talking right there.
there's going to be a riot in one of these two cities, and I am down if somehow they pull this off.
Yeah, no, it's I think I was commenting to you. I was like, you don't have no faith in all the senior citizens that are quarterbacking the NFC teams. I noticed you're going with the youth of the AFC. So the Bills look good. I think it is weird because the NFC has been pretty much a one-team race for a majority of the year, in my opinion. I think it's been the Packers for most of the year, but the AFC has been so crazy, and here we are in the Final Four, and it's like, yeah, if you ask somebody in week 10 or 11 or something if the Browns would even have a chance, I'm sure most people would laugh in your face. But coming off their performance last week, I know obviously defensively it wasn't the greatest. They let them back into that game, but that's always a product of going up by 4 scores in the first half. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how they play. They match up well against Kansas City, and then on the other side, You could see Buffalo and Baltimore going either way. I don't think either one would shock me. Obviously, Buffalo's probably the favorite with how they've looked down the stretch, but I mean, Baltimore's look great, dude. So again, it's just so wide open on that AFC side, and then the NFC is just like, which old guy has less wear and tear on him? Because that's who's going to advance.
Yeah, it is crazy. Like, we were all kind of testing about it earlier, just the age difference. What I think the oldest quarterback left in the AFC is 25, maybe.
Yeah.
And the youngest in the NFC is 28, 29, however old Goff is.
Yeah.
Like, it's just wild. Like, there's 3 quarterbacks in the NFC that individually have more games played than the AFC quarterbacks combined.
Insane, man. That's so crazy.
It's just like, I can't think of another time that we've seen like a disparity like that between 2 conferences.
No, for sure. And it's one of those weird things too, where you look back, you always have these years of draft classes, like this draft class was great. The quarterbacks this year were great. I don't think hardly anybody would have looked at that Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield class and been like, oh yeah, these guys are, I feel like the last one to get a lot of pub was the Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers class.
Yeah,
that was the last time we heard. But I mean, these 3, all of them being, in mid to low 20s, or mid to early 20s in age. These guys, if they, ride out their careers, it could go down as one of the best quarterback draft classes of all time, and that's crazy because I don't think a lot of people even hinted at that when that draft class came out. I remember that being one of those years where it was kind of like, there's not like a clear-cut guy, there's not, it's not like when you had like the Andrew Luck RG3 year, or even the freaking the Carson Wentz Jared Goff year, it was like those guys were both, especially Wentz were kind of off the charts in terms of their intangibles and how they were, their measurables and stuff. But that class with Allen Jackson and Baker Mayfield, sounds like a country album. But that could go down.
Right of the program, Alan Jackson.
Yeah, good for him.
Yep. Which didn't even. I believe the Ravens didn't they pick Jackson like at the end of the first round? Like they already made a pick in that round.
I believe, they tripped.
Yeah, it was end of the round.
I think we're all fragmented memory correctly here.
I think they already picked him. So even his current
they
team,
traded up.
They kind of like slept on him to get,
They did. Oh yeah, that's something you'll hear Jonas Knox reference that a lot. Where like you get these guys that are like, oh, these teams passed on me. It's like, yeah. Well, you win the 3rd round, bro. Like everybody passed on you at least once, Like
the team that picked you passed on you.
Dak Prescott. we passed up, dude. We were trying to get freaking Connor Cook or whoever the fuck it was. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's not like we knew something everybody didn't. So
yeah, and think about like a lot of the teams were saying like, oh yeah, like we don't even want Jackson as a quarterback. If we get him, we're gonna put him at running back and receiver. And now all of a sudden it's like, damn, like he's showing up, man. Like he's.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I still watch the guy and be like, I'd be hard pressed to not put him at running back. You know what I mean? Sure. Like he's that.
Lowry comes in, call it the Chattahoochee draft.
Yeah, that's right.
The Alan Jackson draft.
That's right. Well played, sir. So it's it's one of those things where
shout out to mid-90s country fans.
Yeah, and Kelly is the expert for this show. I'm naming him the mid-90s country expert.
There we go.
Reference.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, it's
that's our insider for mid-90s country.
Yeah. There's no way he would have let that Neil Young, manager of that soccer team, slip by the other day. No way.
Oh man, take a little bite.
That's right. Yeah, no, it's gonna be an interesting weekend for sure. Now, I don't know about you, Ronnie. I know you had mentioned you were in the similar boat to me, where you were working on Saturday, so you unfortunately missed, the early game.
Well, this Saturday I will not be working, so I will get to divulge.
Thanks for rubbing it in, asshole. I will be working on Saturday. So
has it been 2 months already, where I get one Saturday off?
No,
right.
no.
I'm gonna take it.
I am sad that I'm not going to get to see the Packers game. I'll watch it when I get home, but I am thrilled that I do have Sunday off because I think that Ravens game is going to be super fun to watch. So
Oh yeah.
I think as far as teams that are really playing their best of the entire season coming together, 2 teams, that's probably the one right there.
yeah, for sure.
And the thing with the Browns, they're definitely everyone's looking up in the entire league at the Chiefs as the reigning champions. They got weapons everywhere, can pretty much score at will. You have Mahomes, so you always have a chance, kind of thing. But it is sort of a big thing. Even the way they got that huge lead against the Steelers. The Steelers just looked all frazzled, all over the place, like a mess. But beating that team, who they play twice a year, no matter what, winning a playoff game, all this stuff, that could be one of those, like, then they get on a roll. So you don't know. I'm not optimistic, but I got my long shot bet in there just in case. Like I said, I'm down for either of these 2 teams more than any of them, Bills or Browns. I just want to see some either tables getting smashed or people just turn the streets of Cleveland. I'm in. Dale, here with you. Let's go. Just rooting for the long shots here.
And let me be first one to get this in. This is the Kareem Hunt revenge game. Let's not make no bones about it.
I was just gonna say that.
This is the Kareem Hunt revenge
I was gonna say
that.
The Browns gonna be the Browns.
Yeah, this is no, I do. I think it's gonna be a really fun game, but it does have that potential to if the Chiefs get out early and the Browns can't hand it to Chubb and Hunt, it's gonna be a long day for the Cleveland defense. So it's like I said, I think all the games are gonna be fun this weekend for sure.
I think one thing that Cleveland might have going for them is, like kind of down the line, we've seen the Chiefs offense kind of, eventually they get it done enough to win, but they kind of come slow out the gate. And now you're looking at, some of their starters didn't play week 17. They had a bye week last week. That's 2 weeks off, man. That's it's tough to get back into game speed. So I think the Chiefs are going to win, but I think they're going to come out pretty slow. It might take, one of those signature Patty Mahomes, 4 plays, 28 seconds late in the fourth quarter to come back and win. I'm thinking it'll be a pretty good game, though.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I said, I think all the games are going to be really fun this week. Tom Brady sucks. There's your Tom Brady minute right there, buddy.
Yeah, Tom, you like that?
That's the official Tom Brady minute right there, folks.
Yeah,
we just did.
Yeah,
you missed it. You missed it, Tom. Too bad.
We won't tell that guy that I was conversating pre-show about how he's no doubt the GOAT, and there's nobody even sniffing him right now. We won't talk about that.
We're still on air. We're still on air.
Yeah.
Can I cut that out? No, it's too late.
There's no evidence of us saying that. All right?
And to answer to Nick, I appreciate you. That's actually just a giant Wu-Tang blanket that's hanging behind me. Yeah, giant.
Well, now I just want a Wu-Tang Cobra Kai crossover.
Yeah, no,
that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, that would be phenomenal. Definitely the audio. I'd imagine the soundtrack would be a banger.
Oh yes, sure. Do the soundtrack, RZA, please.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, it's again, yeah, Cleveland should be fine. They'll have their chance. They can compete, I'm sure. I'd mentioned to you guys a couple weeks ago, though, when the Chiefs were starting to kind of show some cracks. I 100% felt like that was just a Burgermeister saying, like, this shit's too easy. Let me start, sabotaging game. Let's get behind early and make sure we can come back. Let's try this scenario. I do feel like
I've kind of felt like the Chiefs have been bored this entire season. Like we were talking about all the hot take shows, whatever. Like the Chiefs don't even get brought up, but it's almost too boring just for the media to talk. Like they're clearly the best. Like there's no mystery or can Tom Brady pull it off, or is Drew Brees washed up, or whatever. It's just like the Chiefs are out there. They're too good. We're not going to talk about them. So, we're just pick on all these other ones. Like, can Russ just carry a team? Like, all this stuff. But chiming in also real quick, Arkansas Slim does make a comment here that Slim is feeling good about taking Ronnie Sweeney on the Browns. You know what, Slim? Actually, you look like kind of a sketchy dude. I'm not going to say anything. We'll see if it works out. But, I'm too afraid to say anything bad about you because I am terrified right now.
So he knows where to find you Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
7:35-ish.
Ish.
Yeah. That's a soft 7:35. It's just like a fluid 7:35.
Soft as Harden's tummy.
There's our guy. Looks like that jersey was painted onto him.
That shit is so good.
He has to get cut out of that after every game.
I actually met Mark Henry once. On that day when Ronnie's mom hooked me up with a job to help unload and load up the trucks when WWE came to town.
Nice.
It was the same show that 3-6 Mafia did a live performance of his entrance song.
Yes.
Nice.
Mark Henry was cool as fuck. I didn't get to meet 3-6, but I did. I said what's up to Juicy J when I saw him, and he gave me a wave back. That's about all I can say about that.
You weren't sipping on no scissor?
Not sipping on that scissor.
Damn, that sucks.
By the way, the intro to that song is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You know who literally sips it? James Harden guzzles syrup out of the bottle.
Oh yeah, I think he just has it injected. He has it injected, just put it right in there.
Yeah.
It's not the lean kind of syrup. It's the full maple syrup straight from the tree in Vermont.
He gets it from Drake. Drake sends it to him.
Yeah, that Canadian syrup.
Yep.
I'll tell you
the non-keto. Yeah.
I don't care if he shows up 140 pounds and ripped to shreds. He's gonna be Fat Harden for the rest of my days. That's Fat Harden, bro. You will never be anything else. And that's what's so great is it's Slim Reaper and fucking large fucking
thick Van Axel
3-point shooter guy. He's
and Steve Reaper Nash just along for the ride. Apparently, has no say at all in the matter.
He's just there.
He's just there.
You don't want none of that Tom Brady syrup.
No, I'm sure you do want it, Tom. That's very inappropriate. You know what? I had one quick question. I know this is for Tyler, our Charger insider.
Oh no.
Just throwing it out.
Dan Quinn, baby.
No. So everyone knows Urban Meyer, the Jags are courting him, trying to coax him out of his studio job for college football. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he even is going to go into coaching and get. Who knows? Who knows? With that guy, you never know. But the rumblings about the Chargers job, how would you feel about that if that were to happen?
I would be extremely hesitant. Not even denying he is a great coach. He is a fantastic coach. If he could turn the Chargers around, it would be a freaking miracle. That team is cursed. So if he could come in and completely change it around, make them championship contenders, maybe even win a championship, it'll be great. And then somehow he'll, in 4 years, he'll get a ton of recruiting violations somehow in the NFL, wind up getting sick and having to retire again. So
tampering.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that's my biggest fear is with the special teams play for the Chargers and that guy having health concerns. That's just bad, man.
It's a bad
recipe.
First play in practice, his blood pressure is skyrocketing.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You don't want him, fainting on the sidelines.
Here's a crazy one. I'm gonna throw this out there right now. What if you guys just fucking last second get Eric Bieniemy? What if the Chargers are the team that, there's all this talk about he's still not getting no jobs and we're all through the interview process and this and that. What if the Chargers are just like, fuck this, get this guy, put him with Justin Herbert, see what the fuck he can do.
He knows the division. He knows that team.
Exactly. 100%, dude.
I would take that in a heartbeat.
And I think that
is stupid.
I think
that's what I have to tell myself to go to sleep at night about Gus Bradley. I'm like, all right, he knows the Chargers, I guess. Oh God, what are we doing?
That's going to be irrelevant to you. It's not going to matter.
I saw a Raider fan posted, he did draft Derwin James. And I pointed out he's not bringing Derwin with him, although Chargers fans are hoping he brings Derwin's injuries with him.
Yeah, right.
That's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, God,
Well,
if that
it's
guy
just
could stay healthy.
something to think
Jeez.
about. I mean, with Urban Meyer, obviously this dude is not going to be your coach for like 8 years. Like he's just too much of a wild card. Like,
Maybe.
but as far as like, would you go to the Jags and maybe they just give you like basically GM powers, which Shad Khan said it's not going to happen, or go to a team that's a little closer, like you already got, like, all right, this is our quarterback of the future. We got a couple studs on defense if they can stay healthy, and I don't know what he's looking for, if he's even really entertaining coming back, but could be something noteworthy, especially for the Chargers. With the Rams also, I mean, yes, they've been in LA, but they're both new to LA, so sort of like making a splash kind of thing. I don't know.
Baron, how about Carl Anthony Pounds? Do you like that one for James Harden?
Carl Anthony Pounds. That's good.
Carl Anthony Pounds.
Just came up with that right now.
That's
Do
off top.
you guys got any video editing guys? Like, how quick could we get?
Do you think we have video editing guys? You
No,
know how poor we are.
I want the Stay Puft Marshmallow guy stomping through New York, but I want Harden's face on it in a Brooklyn Nets jersey.
I mean, I could maybe slap a beard on a marshmallow guy.
Yeah, and then somebody could just throw it out there like Harden arrives in Brooklyn, and it's just him fucking crushing, dude. Yeah.
All right, it's 8:30. We got to wrap up. I know Patrice has a show coming up here. Anything else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Thank you both for having me.
Thank you as
very
always,
much,
Justin, for joining. Thank you all for commenting. Hit us up anytime. Call in. Thank you to our new, but also sort of dangerous benefactor, Arkansas Slim. Entertainment purposes only, but if you're trying to get some action in there, hit them up. 1-900-Arkansas Slim. And we will check in with you guys on Friday to get all fully geared up here for the divisional round weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for the comments, questions. We love you guys. You know the drill. Keep the fire.
Keep the fire.